Hello and welcome to my NFL playoff predictions. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this tier maker list. I'm going to pick the teams who I think are going to win the division, the teams who are going to sneak into the wild card, the teams who are going to almost make the wild card but not quite get there, and then the teams who are going to sit in the basement. I think we've had just 1 week of the preseason so far, so nobody knows shit. But I'm going to blindly do this, and we'll check back in 18, 19 weeks and see how wrong I was. But yeah, we'll just go team by team and put them in there. So let's see here. Probably be easiest just to pick the teams who I think are going to be in the basement, just to get them out of the way first. Who are we looking at? Yeah, there's a couple right there. So the Falcons, if you would drag, thank you. I don't think the Falcons are going to go anywhere. They lost the only team. They lost the only player who was truly keeping them out of the top 3 picks, which was Matt Ryan. And they replaced him with Marcus Mariota, who is fine, but I don't think that team is going to put together enough wins, nor do I think they're truly going to try. Not that teams deliberately tank or anything like that. It'll be crazy. I don't think they're going to be able to compete in that division, especially with teams like the Buccaneers and the Saints, or the revitalized Panthers with Baker Mayfield. So yeah, Falcons, basement dwellers. Who else we got? Texans. Texans are going to go in there. What is with the dragging? There you go. Yeah, they've got, what's the quarterback's name? Is it Davis Mills? He's not bad, but yeah, the Texans are not good. So they're gonna sit in that basement. Seahawks. Because the Seahawks did not go after Baker Mayfield, and they're rolling with Drew Lockett and Geno Smith. And, they still have DK Metcalf and, is it Drew Lockett? Wait, that's not his name, is it? It's Tyler Lockett. I messed that up. But yeah, they still have them, and one of their running backs retired. Is it Chris Carson, I think? But yeah, the Seahawks, they're in a really bad spot because they have to deal with not only the 49ers and the Rams, they still have the Cardinals, who are pesky. Yeah, they're bottom of the barrel for them. And as far as the rest of these teams, the Giants aren't going to do anything. Although they had a pretty good draft, Daniel Jones is not the answer. So that's going to be bottom of the barrel for them. Okay, so there's 4 right there. Let's see here. So if we're looking, I wish these were organized by division so I could properly see it. But let's just so division, we'll just go left to right. AFC East. Unless something crazy happens, or unless there's a major injury bug, that's the Bills' division to lose. They're not going to get enough competition from the Dolphins or the Patriots for it to be a problem. Unless Allen goes down, or Diggs goes down, or something crazy happens. Yeah, that's the Bills' division. But as well, actually no, we'll focus on division winners for right now. So let's see, the North. The Bengals could repeat, but I think unless they get injured again for a second season in a row, I think it's the Ravens division. So I'm going to put the Ravens up there. However, while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to put the Bengals in the wild card because they only got better, and they were in the freaking Super Bowl last year. So I think they fixed up that O-line, and this is going to be the 3rd year for Joe Burrow, and yeah, it's gonna be good. So Bengals wild card. Let's see. So that's the North. South. This is definitely between 2 teams. The safe pick is the Titans, but oh wait, no, the Titans traded that wide receiver. They traded A.J. Brown. They traded him to the Eagles, didn't they? Ugh. The Colts got Matt Ryan. Colts or Titans? You know what? I think it's time. Colts division winners. Like, I think Matt Ryan's gonna have a renaissance. Who is the running back? It's Jonathan something. Crap. But yeah, the Colts were really good last year until they happened to just lose to the Jaguars in the last week, and that kept them out of the playoffs and pushed the Steelers, who had no right of being in the playoffs, into the playoffs. But yeah, let's give the Colts the AFC South. And the West. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one. The problem is, this division, these teams might all just destroy each other during the regular season, and then one of them limps into the playoffs. Because everyone amped up. Even, the Chiefs kind of fell off a little bit, and it didn't help because of the fact they lost Tyreek Hill to the Dolphins. But the Chiefs are still good, but the Broncos upgraded. They got Russell Wilson. The Chargers upgraded. They got the Khalil Mack, and they got the guy from is it J.C. Jackson? And then the Raiders got Devontae Adams. Oh, it's gonna be an ugly division. But this is gonna come back to bite me. Give it to the Chargers. I think it's the Chargers' year finally. Will they go to the Super Bowl? I don't know. They've had so many good teams over the years that on paper they're like, oh, the Chargers are a lock this year, and then they fall apart for some reason. Like all those great Phillip Rivers teams, and they just couldn't do it. But yeah, let's give it to the Chargers. It's how many teams in the playoffs now? 7. So, okay, yeah, because it's 1 bye and then 6 wildcard games. Okay, so that means 3 wildcard spots. So, amongst the teams that are left, we've got, I put the Bengals in, and I feel strongly about that. But, however, I'm nearly positive it's going to be a second West team. But, who? Is it the Broncos could do it, because they had a really good team last year. It's just that their quarterback play wasn't great. They had Drew Lock and they had Teddy Bridgewater. It kind of lacked. What about? But God, it feels weird not putting the Chiefs in, and the Raiders are good too. Okay, so let's get rid of this so far. So teams that are going to be closer to the basement who aren't making the playoffs. Jaguars aren't making the playoffs. That's not going to happen. The Jets. You know, the Jets aren't going to be basement dwellers, because I do think they upgraded, and I think that Wilson will have a good second season, and I think they'll be better. But I think they're going to be in the close but no cigar group. I think they'll probably finish 6-7 wins, but they'll be right outside the wild card, so they're not going to make it. The Browns. I liked the Browns last year, but that Watson, I can't root for him if Watson's our quarterback. It's awful. Yeah, it all depends on, despite what he did, it all depends on how much he plays. Because I think if Watson played a full season, I think the Browns would be in the playoffs. But if he's going to be suspended for 6 games or half the season or the full season, I don't think they make it. So I think I'm going to put the Browns in also close but no cigar. So let's move this over. Thank you. And let's see. The Steelers are not making the playoffs. Are they basement? I think Trubisky's pretty good. I think the Steelers as well are going to be in the close but no cigar spot. And obviously all this could change because teams could go down. There could be crazy mid-season trades. You never know. But yeah, okay, so that's that. So out of these last, we got the Patriots, we got the Dolphins, we got the Raiders. Get the Rams out of here. I don't know why my mouse keeps sticking. Okay, so amongst these 6 teams right here, we got to pick 2. So Titans, I don't know. Like, what's the freaking quarterback's name? The Dolphins guy. I can't remember his freaking name. Like he's regressed. But still Derrick Henry. But if Derrick Henry can't stay healthy, then starts with a T. But yeah, no. If Derrick Henry can't stay healthy, I can't see the Titans. And how competitive the AFC is going to be this year, I don't think the Titans are going to pull it out. So I'm going to put Titans in close but no cigar. And these, by the way, these aren't ranked. These are just how I'm dropping them. So I don't think the Jets are going to finish better than the Browns or the Titans. But it's just how they're falling in. Now, AFC West, one of these teams has to go down. And unfortunately, I think it's going to be the Raiders. So I think the Raiders, I don't think any of these teams remaining are going to be basement dwellers. But I think the Raiders are going to be close but no cigar. I almost want to throw both the Chiefs and the Broncos in. But the Dolphins should be better, right? Like Tua should be better this year. And they got Tyreek Hill. They still have Waddle. I think they patched up their O-line. But if I put one of them in, but if I put the Dolphins in, I can't have 3 AFC West. Fuck. And I'm not even talking about the Patriots. That's just freaking tough. I should have done that. I should have done the thing where you fill out the entire schedule and then it makes the playoffs for you. That would have taken forever though. You know what? I'm gonna go with my gut. So this will probably come back to bite me, but I'm gonna put the Chiefs in close but no cigar. I know it's freaking crazy, right? I'm putting the Broncos in the playoffs. I think it's the Broncos' time. I don't think they're gonna be dominant, but I think they're gonna sneak into the wild card. And at the same time, I think the Patriots stay out, and I think the Dolphins get in. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I think it's going to be the Bills taking the East, the Ravens taking the North, I think it's the Colts taking the South, and the Chargers taking the West. And then I think it's the Bengals, Broncos, and Dolphins sneaking into the playoffs. There's your 7. And out of those 7, if they stay healthy, I think the Bills win. I think the Bills go to the Super Bowl. Whether they win or not, God, if they went 0-5 in the Super Bowl, it'd be crazy. Is there an 0? Are the Vikings 0-5? They might just be 0-4. All right, so that's the AFC. So now let's focus on the NFC. Division winners for the NFC. So the East. It's got to be up between the Commanders aren't going to playoffs. Carson Wentz ain't going to lead the Commanders into the playoffs. But are they? I don't think they're basement dwellers. The Commanders seem like a 6 or 7 win team. So let's put them right up here, and they can hang out there with the Jets. But I think the NFC is a little bit more open. So I think the Eagles are going to take the NFC East. So let's give the Eagles that. Depending on how the rest of the things fall. The Cowboys could get to the playoffs, but I'll make that decision in a second. The North. You automatically want to say the Bears aren't making it. So let's just put the Bears here. The Packers. The Packers are probably the favorite. And maybe it's better for Rodgers. I know it's crazy because he lost Devontae Adams. But maybe it's better for Rodgers because especially in that playoff game, it seemed like he heavily relied on Rodgers. Heavily relied on Adams, and that cost him. Like he didn't have faith in his other receivers, and then the 49ers just zeroed in on Adams, and they just abandoned the run for some reason. And it was, that was their detriment. And but I think with this year, with Adams not being there, and him having to rely more on Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, I think, and like a whole almost entirely new group of wide receivers, I think it'll be good for him. Like I think he'll have to spread the ball out more, and I think that'll be good for the Packers. And LaFleur's had pretty good offensive schemes, so I think the Packers, I think it's still their division to lose. Much like the Bills, like unless something crazy happens or a bunch of injuries, or they just go in a really bad rut. Because I mean, any one of these years, like Rodgers is getting up there, he could fall off. Not every quarterback is Tom Brady. Like not everyone's going to be playing great until they're like 45 or 50, whenever he wants to freaking stop playing. So the Packers, I'll give them the North. Now, we'll come back to the wild card in a second. South, that's the Bucks. Like the Bucks are going to win the division, and I threw them in the basement dollars. But get up there! Oh, this stupid. I don't know what is with my mouse and this website. They do not like each other. Okay, so yeah, the Bucks up there. The Bucks take the South. That's pretty easy. The only competition I can see happening is if the Saints get hot and Winston stays healthy, because I think, despite the fact that like I am a Bucks fan and I had to deal with Winston for many years, and he was very hot and cold, but since he got the LASIK, he's had some really good looks. So if he can stay like poised, although they did lose the coach Peyton, that could be a problem. I don't even know who the new coach is. But yeah, if Winston stays poised and they can get the most out of the rest of their team, like 'cause they had a really good defense last year, actually the last couple of years, so it's possible the Saints could be a problem, but I think the Bucks still have the edge. The same thing with the Panthers. Like, I had no faith in the Panthers going into the season, but them switching out for Mayfield, if Mayfield keeps the starting job, and if McCaffrey stays healthy, I think they could be good. Great, I don't know, but I think they could be good. They could cause some teams some problems. So, but I think it's still the Bucks division to lose. This one's a bit more difficult though, because this one has a lot of variables. The NFC West. So the Rams are, yes, the defending Super Bowl champions. And they're still very good. But the Niners are also good. And it depends on if they give the reins to, oh my god, who's their quarterback? Not Garoppolo, the other guy. I should have had names written down, but yeah, whoever they were putting they were gonna hand the reins off to. But like when Garoppolo's in, they're good, and then the other guy is just kind of you're not quite sure what you got yet. So yeah, I don't know. The 49ers are a big question mark, but and the Cardinals as well. The Cardinals have been good the last couple of years, but they've had they start off really hot and then they kind of peter off, which is a problem. And they did just give Kyler Murray a whole lot of money. I'm gonna, you know what? It's much like the Bucks, I think this is the Rams division leaders. So let's give the Rams that spot. But I mean, the Cardinals and the Niners could get hot, and they could take it. So you don't know. All right, so we've got 3 spots to fill here, and 7 teams, because the Giants and the Falcons are not. Oh, and the Seahawks. None of those teams are making it. All right. Let's see. Panthers. I don't know. I'm gonna say close but no cigar on the Panthers. I can't see them getting into the wild card. I think the Saints have a better shot of getting into the wild card than the Panthers do. The Vikings still got Kirk Cousins, and they have a new coach now. I think they have a new GM as well. But they're still dangerous. They still have all their tough pieces. They still have Justin Jefferson. Oh, God. I think the Vikings sneak in. I think the Vikings get a wild card spot. They're not taking the division from the Packers, but I think they can get in there. I think they can get 9 wins and get to the wild card spot. And much the same, I think the 49ers are going to try their new quarterback, and I think they might falter. So I think the 49ers are going to be close but no cigar, and I think the Cardinals are going to sneak into the playoffs. And as much as I would love it, the Lions aren't making the playoffs. I think, if not next year, the year after, I think the Lions are going to start being actually competitive and start giving teams like the Packers and the Vikings a problem. Because they're on the upswing, but Jared Goff is not the future. But although Jared Goff could have a good year, last year he was learning a new system, and yeah, the Lions were not good, but they had fight in them. And they've upgraded, so the Lions could be better, and Goff could be. I mean, Goff's been to a Super Bowl. Yes, it was with the McVay Rams, but I mean, he's been in the Super Bowl. He can play. But yeah, I don't see the Lions making the playoffs. So let's put them in close but no cigar. Oh, I told you this mouse, man. Yeah, let's put them there. And actually, let's move the Bears down to the basement dwellers. I think the Lions are going to finish above the Bears. And I think basement dwellers, I think I should make that. Actually, no, I'm not going to. I was going to make it the bottom team from every division, but I think even certain divisions like the AFC West, the AFC West, and even the AFC East, I think the bottom team is still going to be competitive and have at least 6 or 7 wins. So the Jets and the Raiders, I'm not going to put them at the bottom because I think they'll still be competitive. Okay, so it comes down to the Cowboys or the Saints. Can the Cowboys, 1, stay healthy, 2, win under Mike McCarthy and get to the playoffs, and not only get to the playoffs, but be successful? I don't know. Yeah, Prescott's good. Ezekiel Elliott, when he's on, is... Did they... Oh, they lost Amari Cooper, didn't they? Shit. You know what? No. I'm going to give it to the... I'm bouncing the Cowboys. Take that, Cowboys fans. I'm going to put the Saints in the playoffs. I think the Saints sneak in, and the AFC South, or NFC South, gets 2 teams in. Yeah, okay, so that's how I'm going to roll with this. And from the NFC, it could be the Rams again. Maybe the Packers having to switch things up and Rodgers having to rely on more people. Maybe that actually finally gets him over the hump. Brady and the Bucks, I mean, that's always a possibility. The Eagles, I don't know, they did upgrade. And the Hurts isn't bad, and the addition of A.J. Brown could be good. But yeah, let's see. Let's go Packers. How about Bills, Packers, and the Bills win the Super Bowl. That would be lovely. Give me a Bills Super Bowl win. But yeah, so that's my playoff tier maker, whatever thing. If you do disagree with what I'm saying and you're like, hey, no, I think this, write it in the comments, let me know, and we'll see how the season actually goes, because I could be completely wrong. Who knows? Maybe the Texans win the Super Bowl. Crazier things have happened, right? Right. All right, see you guys next time. Farewell.